last time at One Piece. Luffy just reunited with his gang and they just finished off Fishman Island. Now they're traveling into a new world. And they meet a young boy who holds a special key. A key to the One Piece. What is it? We'll find out. Hi, my name is Narasaka fan in Kentucky. This is
I'm
Venias Diaz,
Venias Diaz.
and welcome to another One Piece Kingdom Hearts crossover podcast. With this time, we talk about what if the Straw Hats was in Sora's adventure. Now, before we go to Sora, we finish off at Fishman Island, where the Straw Hats are doing their shenanigans in the
So I'm guessing Gene Bay.
yes.
I guess screw Big
Yes,
Mom then.
he was. Yep, not that I blame her. Who would want to work for that witch? Anyway,
I'd be surprised if Katakiri even left her at some point.
yeah. Anyway, how did it was a fine day in the Grand Line, and then Luffy was on the
The
mast.
Straw Hats were partying with their newest member, Gene Bay.
Yep, but then all of a sudden, darkness arose. He says, "What's going on?" And Nami's,
Cut to
"I
our
don't know."
exposition dump Robin, who knows what's going on.
Yep, and Robin says, "No way, it can't be." Then she says, "Ansem." Of course, she knows about the whole. She knows who Ansem is. She just won't say. But before she gets,
Of course she does.
yep.
She's
Before,
basically like Gibbs, who's the exposition dump.
yep, pretty much. She's, but before she could explain, a bunch of dark creatures came in and invaded the the Sunny, and Luffy tries to fight, but his fists don't work. And Chopper and Usopp go, ha, ha, ha. They get scared and hold on to each other. This, what are those things? They're scary. Are they bugs?
They're too ugly to be bugs, Chopper.
And then all of a sudden they get sucked out. They see a ball of darkness, like when the Heartless invade, and
Do they see a dark side here?
yes.
Uh,
And he said, ah.
I'm thinking Nomura likes that too much.
Yeah, he's. I don't know. Yeah, I bet you saw it when he sees it in KH4. I hope he goes like, again? Really? He's over.
Again? What is this? 3 times?
Yeah. And that doesn't even count the. And that doesn't even count the. Meanwhile, we go through. Sora was in Destiny Islands, and then he said, ugh. Then he noticed something. Then he sees something. What is that? That's a pirate ship? I'm having him know the Straw Hats before Destiny Islands gets taken.
Wait, the whole crew's there?
Actually, it'll be Luffy, Zoro, and Nami, aka the original trio.
But Zoro and Nami will be split up when Destiny Island gets taken, right?
Yes. Luffy.
Okay.
when Luffy wakes up and says, "What happened?" And then is everybody here? And he says, and then he knows Chopper, Usopp, Frankie, Robin, and Nami. Oh no, they're missing. And then, but look over there. Then she looks at her, looks at her pose, and is confused. It doesn't point anywhere. She says,
It's not even moving.
"Yeah." What they don't know is Sora sleeping in the island, and then he does it. Whoa! Give me a break, Kyrie. Sora, you lazy fuck.
Give me a break, Kyrie.
Which was it? Well, I know he said like I've been having these weird thoughts lately, but I count this as his first line.
Okay, because we don't know if Dive to the Heart ever even happened.
Right. And he's like, and she said,
I mean, he
"Sorry."
implies it's a dream, but who knows?
Yeah, it's never been confirmed, has it, by Nomura?
I don't think so.
Okay, then Sora said, "No, this huge black thing swallowed me up. I couldn't breathe, I couldn't." Then she smacks him. Ow! Are you still dreaming? It wasn't a dream. Or was it? I don't know. What was that place? So. Then he asked, "Hey, Kyrie, what was your hometown like? You know where you grew up?" "I told you before. I don't remember." "Nothing at all?" "Nothing. Do you ever want to go back?" "Well, I'm happy here." And says, "Really?" Like he really doesn't believe it. "But you know, I wouldn't mind going to see it. I like to see it."
I have this one hazy memory of this blue lady casting a spell on this necklace I wear.
"What? Really?" We're adding some new stuff here.
Yeah, sorry, I'm putting in where she kind of remembers Aqua, but not really.
Yeah. And she said,
So I
"So
do
what?"
remember her saying this spell would protect me and send me to someone who would protect me. I think that's how I got here.
You you think I'm that person?
Maybe.
Then he said, "Well, I'd like to see it too. On one of the other worlds out there. I want to see them all. So what are we waiting for?" And Riku finally arrives. He's like, "Hey, aren't you guys forgetting about me? So, I guess I'm the only one working on the raft." And you're just
Why
lazy
use the
as you.
raft? We have this ship here.
Wait, ship? What ship? And he points out.
This
Is it?
thing just arrived here.
And then,
Well, that is weird.
you know how they would be. And Luffy goes, "Hey guys, look, there's an island. Maybe there's some beat." Luffy, calm down. But before he grabs both Nami and Zoro. Said, "No, Luffy, don't. Ah, ah." And then
You idiot!
would he accidentally crash into Sora or Riku?
Now you'd probably overshoot it like usual.
Yeah, and they crash into a tree. And after that, Nami bonks him on the head and said,
Oh,
"Don't."
Zoro might be buried in the sand.
Yeah, and he said, and he jumps up and jumps off and shakes the standoff, and he goes to check. Whoa, who are you? Who am I? I'm Monkey D.
Who are
Luffy.
you guys?
Uh, I'm Sora. This is Riku and Kairi. But who are you? I'm My name is Monkey D. Luffy.
Are
The
you guys
future-
pirates?
How do you know that we're pirates? Because the Jolly Roger over there. What happened?
I think
I
pirates
don't
are.
know.
You bet it is. This is my first mate, Zoro, and my navigator, Nami.
And Riku
Hey,
saw
Just
Nami.
tell us where we are.
Yeah,
You're on the Destiny Islands. Destiny Islands? I don't
And-
follow.
and Nami says it's not in a short. It's not in a map either.
Pretty
like-
you guys must be from a different world.
Wait.
Because I'm pretty sure Riku would put that together.
Yeah, he would.
He's not
And-
that stupid.
Yeah, and Kyrie and Luffy says different. You mean you're aliens? No, not really.
Not quite.
and then they explain their adventure. Sora asks, "So what's king of the pirates? What do they do?"
The man who conquers all the seas.
Wait, you don't pillage and all that, do you?
Because I assume that's what it means. They never really specified.
Yeah, but you don't do any bad pirate stuff, do you? No. And Nami
No,
says,
not
"No,
really.
no, we
We don't pillage or hurt anybody.
Yeah,
In fact, we've actually saved a few kingdoms.
really? Can you tell me all your adventures?" Sure. And Luffy explains from Arlong to Robin saying, "I want to live," and all that. And when Kyrie heard,
The
Nami's-
fishman.
yeah, and then Fishman, when Kyrie heard Nami's, she cried because she doesn't know her.
And she'd cry at Robin's too.
Yeah,
So Luffy might say about Ace.
yeah. And Sora says, "Well, Ace, Riku's kind of like Ace to me. Your brother, like a brother to me. So he's my Ace." And yet, for some weird reasons, girls ship us together. Sorry, I just had to.
Hey. Yeah, this fandom is weird.
Yep, and then he asks, "So you guys got any meat? I'm hungry." And Sora asks Nami, "Is he always like?"
Not really. No, Sanji's not here, so.
And you know what? Who I could buy being the chef of that group, Kyrie.
Yeah,
But then Sora said, "Well,
because Remy isn't a thing yet, so.
what? Yeah, yeah. So you guys can stay for a couple days. We'll help you find your friends once we get our stuff for the raft." And said, "Can we help?" "Sure."
Can we use your ship to also go to worlds? You guys came for another world. We can help you guys get back.
"Okay, deal." And then they fist bump. And then they later hang out on the islands, and Sora asks, "So Kyrie's home is out there somewhere, right?" "Could be. We'll never know by staying out here. But how far could a raft take us? Who knows? If we have to, we'll
Or the
think of
Sunny.
yeah." And Riku says, and Kyrie says, "So suppose you get to another world. What would you do there?" I haven't really thought about it. It's just I've always
I'm
wondered.
kind of making this up as I go.
Yeah. And he says, "So we could just end up somewhere else, like I don't know, some village with a ninja, some ninja village, or some place where We capture pocket monsters.
Could be anything.
Or how about going on adventures with a duck and a dog?
I mean, in One Piece, that would be normal.
Yeah, and yeah, in fact, they're used to it.
I mean, they have a talking reindeer, so why should that be out of the ordinary?
And Sora says, "Well, that's true. Really? I gotta meet him. Does he know Santa Claus?" It's wait, Sora doesn't believe in Santa. Never mind.
Oh, right. Thanks, Riku.
Anyway, Sora says, "We better get going. Luffy, you could spend the night with me. Nami, you could spend the night at Kyrie's, and Zoro can sleep at Riku's house." And Zoro says, "Whatever." And then he says, "So you're a swordsman, huh?"
There's booze here.
And then Riku asks, "So Zoro, you're a swordsman, huh?" My goal is to be the best swordsman. Well, I'm a pretty good swordsman myself. I can challenge you to a fight tomorrow. Believe me, kid, you wouldn't want to fight
Yeah,
me.
Zoro would kick Riku's ass.
At least that version, Riku. At least the early Riku. Later Riku, I think it'd be an even fight.
Yeah. 3 would be a more even fight, I think. Though then again, if we're going post Wano, I still think Zoro clinches it.
Yeah, me too. Anyway, next is Riku throwing Sora the Palproof. You wanted one, did you? A Palproof fruit. And Luffy asks, "Ooh, what can I?" Hey, Luffy, Palproof fruits are delicate. And Riku says, "If two people share one, their destiny becomes intertwined. They remain a part of each other's lives, no matter what." Come on, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm confused on something. In 3, Sora and Kairi have one each. I thought they had to share the same fruit.
I did too.
Because I noticed that when I replayed 3.
Yeah. Then he said, "Go cool. Hey, Nami."
Just a little nitpick I have with that.
Yeah, me too. But I really didn't care at the time because it shows that they're official.
It means they're canon. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I wish they kissed, but
unless Nomura backtracks it in 4.
Which I don't think he will. I hope not. Anyway, back to a place called Disney Castle. We hear I gotta admit, when I heard that song,
theme.
Yeah, when I heard that song, I felt nostalgic a little bit because I remember hearing that song when I was a kid.
I remember it was the end song in Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah. Anyway, Donald goes to the throne room and he said, "Good morning, Your Majesty."
That big hallway where he'll be in there in the next game.
Yep, it's nice. Then he was shocked to find out
Remember the room why you need such a big door if you could just have a smaller door in it?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, then after that, he sees the throne is empty, and out comes Pluto with a letter, and he said, "Mm-hmm." And then he goes out to the courtyard, sees
He
Goofy.
freaks out and runs to Goofy.
Yep.
Wake up, Goofy! Wake up! This is serious.
He shocks him.
Yeah. Good. Oh, you little Donald. Good boy.
We got a problem, Goofy. But don't tell anyone.
Queen May?
Not even the Queen.
Daisy?
No! It's top secret.
Not that Queen. It's secret. Daisy?
Yeah. And then he said, Good morning,
Your
Lloyd.
Majesty. What?
And then he says,
He sees Minnie
Oh.
and Daisy right
Yeah,
behind him.
yeah, and Donald laughs nervously, and while Daisy looked pissed. Next day at Destiny Islands, Sora sees Sora and Luffy ate breakfast, and when Sora sees Luffy eating a bunch of meat, he says, "Oh my God, how many did you eat?" And he said,
Never get between me and meat.
Then he said, "Hey, let's go to the island. Let's go to the islands. Kyrie and Riku are waiting." Okay. Then he said, "Let's go take." Hey, I gotta be even better. What? Then he grabs Sora, and then this is the first time he sees Luffy stretch, and you know that face when Nami made in the live action version when she saw him stretch.
Discretion.
Yep. Then he's then they Luffy, watch out for that.
Simple. I ate the gum fruit. The what?
Yeah, then he said, Luffy, watch out for that tree. Then he looks over, and they bumped into a tree. And Kyrie and Nami looks over and said, "They're both idiots, aren't they?" Yeah, but there are idiots. Then he said, then Nami, of course, Nami would tease Kyrie about her relationship with Sora. So you don't know about your past? Asked Kyrie. Asked Nami. Yeah, that's right. I don't know who I am or where I came
Do we
from.
still do that race between?
Yep, and Sora and Riku wanted to name the boat High Wind. What would Sora want? Sometimes Nora and Sora says, I want to name it Narusaku. But why?
Well, the default is Excelsior, I think.
Yeah,
That's
but yeah, but
Excalibur.
in this one, yep. And Sora wants to name it Narusaku. Yes, why?
Okay.
You know why, huh? And he said, I don't know. It just felt that word feels right. It's like a couple being meant together, but for some reason,
That's this feeling I have.
Yeah. Is it based off of that anime? Anime asked movie? And Kyrie says, oh, it's an anime that we watched. It's called Naruto. It's Naruto. I could swear.
Yeah, I feel like I know that name myself.
Yeah, of course, this isn't... I changed my mind. This isn't canon to last week's Naruto crossover. Anyway, they had that race, and then Sora does his task with Luffy helping him. And Sora asks, so let me get this straight. You can't swim, and you're a pirate captain?
No.
Are a lot of
You'd be
pirates that
surprised how many pirates in my world have devil fruit powers and can't swim.
I see. And is it? Did I hear you say that you got a skeleton as a
That's
skeleton
the
as
price
a?
we pay.
Was that again?
That's the price you pay.
Yep. And then they go to the cave, and Luffy looks at it and says, "Wow, you guys must come here a lot when you were." Yep. And then he sees the, and then he sees the drawing King Kyrie did, and says, "Is that you and Kyrie?" Yeah. And can you promise not to tell anyone? I've been in love with Kyrie ever since we were kids. I just never realized it until last year. What? You mean like how mom loves her dad? Asks. Yeah. Is that how you feel about Nami? What? No, don't be silly. I don't have a crush on Nami. And Sora's like, sure. Anyway, then he hears something. Who's there? I've come to see the door to this world.
If Brooke was here, he'd make an eye joke.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I hear
I
someone.
can even see that I don't even have any eyes.
Then I hear someone in the cave and said, "Who's there?" I've come to see the door to this world. Huh? This world has been connected. But what are you talking about? Tied to darkness, soon to be completely eclipsed. Well, whoever you are, stop freaking me out like this. Huh? Where did... And what would Luffy say to him? He said, "Hey, hooded guy, where'd you come from?" But Ansem ignored him and said, "You do not yet know what lies beyond the door."
Oh, join my crew.
Luffy, I think this guy is bad news. Oh, so you're a bad guy? There's very much to
I'll kick your ass.
and you understand so little. Oh yeah, well you'll
There's two things Luffy will do.
yeah.
He'll ask you to join his crew, or he'll kick your ass.
Yes. And then Sora says, "Oh yeah, well you'll see. I'm gonna go out and learn what's out there." A meaningless effort. One who knows nothing can understand nothing. And then he looks at a door, and Sora asks,
God,
Luffy asks,
I miss Billy Zane as Ansem.
"Yeah, me too." In my opinion, he made the best voice performance in the games. In the first game, at least.
He is the better Ansem, honestly.
Yeah. Then and Luffy asks, "So where did that door come from?" And Sora says, "Even I don't know." And
Not
then
like it's the heart of this world.
yeah. Yep. And then after that is that cute scene between Sora and Kairi. You know, Riku has changed. What do you mean? Well, are you okay? Sora, let's take the rat to go. Just the two of us. Huh? Just kidding. What's gotten into you? You're the one that's changed, Kairi. Maybe. You know, I was a little afraid at first, but now I'm ready. No matter where I go or what I see, I know I can always come back here. Right? Yeah, of course. That's good. Sora, don't ever change. Huh? Which is, I think it's translation for, I have a crush on you.
Pretty much.
And she says, I just
Get it? You get it?
yeah. And
It's
Nami
called
hears
subtlety.
yeah, that's why Sora Kairi is one of my favorite couples.
Yeah, nowadays you gotta have things like in your face spelled out.
Yep. Narahina.
I wouldn't say that since that's hardly even a comparison.
Right. And she said, and she has that sign, and she has that line that says, I just can't wait once we set sail. It'll be great. And then we have that letter scene. Donald, sorry to rush off without saying goodbye, but the big trouble brewing. Not sure why, but stars by blinking out one by one. That means disaster can't be far behind. I hate to leave you all, but I gotta check into it. There's someone with a key to our survival, and he's joined with a man with a straw hat. I need you to find him and Goofy and stick with him and his crew. Got it? We need that key or we're doomed. So go to Traverse Town and find Leon. He'll point you in the right direction.
Go.
Yeah, he has he back then he knew Go Roger.
Actually, I was talking about Aqua.
Oh yeah, that too.
Own up to it, Mickey.
Yeah, and Mickey also knew Shanks. That's why he meant man with the straw hat. He was expecting Shanks.
Right.
He wasn't.
Since Shanks was on Roger's crew.
Yeah, but he wasn't expecting Luffy. That'd be a good twist for. Actually, Mickey knows about Luffy. He just has a feeling he can help.
He probably knows about. If he knows about Luffy, he probably knows about Dragon too.
Yeah, that's why Mickey ordered Donald to have the Straw Hats with them. And that's why I built a 12. I don't know how many seats they'll fit, but he made enough seats just for all of them to fit. Let's just say it's like it looks like an airplane.
Looks more like I feel it's more like an airship from a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah. And then after they read the letter, Minnie asked,
"What's that? This friend of mine, Sid Highwind, make it?"
Yeah. And then he said, "Oh dear, what could this mean?" And Minnie says, "It means we'll just have to trust the king." Of course, I sure hope he's all right.
Your Highness, don't worry. We'll find the king and this key.
Thank you, both of you.
And this straw hat.
Daisy, can you take care of the...
Of course. I wonder what Donald was about to say. The queen?
I guess. What else is she gonna do?
Yeah. You be careful now, both of you. Oh, and the Chronicle, your travels, he will accompany you. And Donald looks down and says, "Over here." Cricket's the name.
Cricket's the name? Jiminy Cricket.
We hope for your safe return. Please.
Imagine how it must be being in Sword Hood when he's fighting with Jiminy there.
Yeah. I wonder what's he doing in there.
I don't know, but he's got to be moving around a lot.
Yeah.
And apparently Jiminy goes to the final world with Sora.
Yeah. And then Benny greets him goodbye, and so did Goofy and Donald.
You're coming
Donald.
too.
I just love those scenes. I just love those Disney scenes. It adds to the charm of Walt Disney's work.
Back when it had charm.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, she said,
course, Jiminy. Your world's stuck down.
Two? It was terrible. We were scattered.
And as far as I can see, I'm the only one that made it this castle.
Goofy.
Oh, you
Not
mean
like
when
the people I like are inside a whale.
Yeah. And then he said, "Why? You mean go around the world? We can't let them where we're from. We gotta protect the world border."
Order.
Right, world order.
Come bullshit. Yeah, no, that. Sorry, I laugh every time you say order because that is a rule that is completely stupid considering they break it every time they go somewhere.
Yeah.
It's kind of an oxymoron if you think about it.
Is. Then he says,
Hello up there.
then he,
Contact the launch crowd. Anytime you're ready.
and then Chippendale gets the gummy ship, and it's like the games. They just
Blast.
and they
Yeah.
and
And it
they
drops
wave.
under them and they fall.
Yep. And Donald then asks,
Are you sure you don't want to say goodbye to Max?
Look at that goofy yell.
"Yeah."
I don't know, Donald. Did you want to say goodbye to Huey, Dewey, and Louie?
They're at Traverse Town.
Hmm.
We'll be seeing them there.
That's like Goofy's having sort of a snark to him about that.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Sora and Luffy are in Sora's room. And Luffy was sleeping and said, "I just can't wait. Once we set sail, it'll be great." And Sora wakes up, "A storm? Oh no, the raft!"
Luffy, let's go. Hey, what?
And then they make their way.
The raft and the ship are in danger.
And then Sora's bumps and Sora, Luffy, dinner's ready. Come on down. Sora, Luffy.
Sora?
And that's the last time we'll see Sora's mother.
Yeah, weirdly.
Yeah, and he has the voice of Dexter's mom.
Oh,
Huh?
I did not even notice that till you said that.
Yeah, she also voiced Helga's mom, I believe. Helga, and she was Betty from Rugrats, I believe. Cat Sorcery, I think.
Okay.
She's a good.
Okay, I know who that is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure their Uncle Freddy was Squidward's voice.
Yeah. Wait, really?
Squidward. Pretty
And
sure
then-
it was.
And then they finally make it to the islands, and then Sora says, "What's that black hole?" And then he said, "I've seen that black hole before."
No, that's the same thing that brought us here.
Wait, what? Which is confused. How did they get here and not at Traverse Town? Deus Ex Machina. Meaning, I
Yeah,
get it.
Don't think.
Just accept.
Then Zoro and Nami show up too.
Yeah. Are you guys okay? Where's Kyrie and Riku? I don't know.
We don't know. We're just out here and attacked by these things.
But thanks. And then they comes
Zoro.
the-
Nami says, Zoro, look over there. Riku's over there.
okay. Then he says, "Where's Kyrie?" I thought. Then Riku says the door is opened. What? The door is open, Sora.
I opened it.
Now we can go to the outside world.
Well, he did.
Yeah, he did. But he doesn't know that yet, does he?
Sora doesn't, but I know Riku does. Isn't that what Zexion taunted him with
Yeah.
in Chain of Memories?
Yeah.
Or at least the manga's version.
Yeah. And he said, "What are you talking about? We gotta find Kyrie's coming with us. Once we set through,
And the Straw Hats.
we might not be able to come back. We may never see our parents again. There's no turning back. There may be our only chance. We can't let fear stop us. I'm not afraid of the darkness." And he hands up the hand of Sora, and Sora's
And
Riku.
that's why you won't be a Keyblade wielder here, Riku.
Yep. And he tries to rescue him, but then
There would be ashamed.
yep. and then a bright light appeared, and Riku was gone, and
This thing was in Sora's hand.
it was a key, and Sora heard a voice, and Luffy said, "Oh no, Riku turned to that key!" I could see Luffy believing that.
What?
He thought
He would, given that weapons can turn into things in One Piece.
yeah, and Nami says, "No, he didn't. He just disappeared."
No, you moron! He disappeared in that dark pool.
Then he said, "Kyrie, we gotta find Kyrie." Then
Check your
They make a-
secret place.
yep, and then he found her and said, "Kyrie," in the cave. And she's Sora.
Sora.
And all four of them look creeped out. And
Something's wrong with her.
yeah, and then the door pushes her, and he tries to catch her, but she disappeared.
Door blew Kyrie into Sora. Then all of them get blown away into that one island part where you fight Riku.
Yep,
And fight Darkseid again.
and Zoro says, "Well, we gotta, let's fight this thing." And Sora says, "Yeah." And then he says, "Now that I think about it, this weapon is the only thing to kill these creatures."
Oh, gee, thanks.
Then he said, "Wait, how?" Then he finally sees. Then he finally sees Zoro's third sword. Wait, how are you doing that? Then he said, 3 sword stuff.
What? You never see the guy use a sword with his mouth?
No. But now you have. and then they.
No. Maybe foreshadowing for 2 and you're a lion, Sora.
Yeah. And then after they beat Darkseid, Sora, Riku, and Sora, Luffy, Nami, and try to hold, and Nami was holding on to Luffy while Sora was holding on to Zoro, and then they. Meanwhile, back in
order to traverse town, Donald and Goofy are looking for Leon. I'm like, look, a star's going out.
Come on, let's hurry.
and then he says,
Where's
Then
that key?
we cut to an alleyway and Pluto finds Sora and Luffy.
"Yeah," and Donald and Goofy said, "Donald, I bet."
What do you know, you big palooka?
What do I know?
What do
Come on.
I know?
Come on, Pluto.
Come on, Pluto.
And Pluto wakes up Sora.
What a dream. Then Pluto like stomps on him.
This isn't. And he
This
says,
isn't a dream.
then he realized, wait, this is Luffy's
you know
hat.
where we are?
Then he said, wait. Then he realized, this is Luffy's hat. Luffy. Then he looks over, and then
And
he
he hears
finds him.
Luffy snoring right next to him.
Yeah, he said, "Are you
Oh,
kidding me?"
good. Don't have to look far.
Yeah, it's. Then he says, "Luffy, wake up! Wake up!" Then he shakes him.
You
Then
probably
he's
see Pluto as meat.
You see, no, I don't think he would see it because he doesn't feel that way about dogs.
He saw Chopper as meat.
Yeah, but Chomper is a reindeer. Then they said, "Hey, Luffy, we're in another world. So, you think they have any restaurants? Really? We just found ourselves in a we just found ourselves in an empty world, and all you can think about is your stomach. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Well, let's go find somebody."
How did your cook deal with you?
Yeah, once they get to know each other, they'll be best friends.
Yeah. First place they go is the accessory shop where they meet Sid.
And Colonel, which Full Metal Alchemist character be there? Winry?
Yeah, that makes sense. Her
Yeah,
and Sid are doing business together.
yeah. And Heather, how about? Ah, it's a Link. And Winry said, "Sid, don't be rude. Hi, you must. Uh, hi,
You must be new here. I'm Winry.
hi, and I'm Sora, and this is Luffy, the king of the pirate. Pirate. No, that kind of pirate says Sora. He's a good guy." And she's, "Oh, okay. 'Cause I'm sorry, I'm just not used to good pirates. Because I've heard about this one world that was taken by darkness, and there were good pirates and bad pirates, and good marines and bad marines." "Wait, you know about my world?"
That was my world, said Luffy.
"Really?"
What about my crew?
And she said, "I don't know." Then she said, "Well, I don't know. We haven't found any of them. They might be in town, though." And said, "Well, we better go find." Meanwhile, and what we don't know is this is based off the first episode of Full Metal Alchemist with Ed and Al. They were patrolling, and
With McDougal?
yeah,
I'm guessing they meet Fuhrer King Bradley.
should he be part of the? Nah, he's not going to be part of it.
I think he's too broken to be part of Maleficent's gang.
Yeah. And yeah, in that battle with Badoogle is they fight each other at the rooftop, and then that's when you realize your brother he lost his armor, and you lost your brother. You lost. I see that you fools committed alchemist. I forgot what he said, but it takes place. Then they then after their battle, um Ed noticed something. Hey, hey, Al, look! They found an unconscious body. It was who should it be, Zoro or Nami, or both?
I thought Zoro was in Olympus.
Oh yeah, Nami's the one in. Nami's
I
the
don't
one in
know.
Nami's the one in Traverse Town. It's a girl. Yeah.
Okay.
And she said, Yeah, she's not as pretty as you think. You think she's come from another world? Yeah, it could be. Let's take her back to Leon. And then they go through all that stuff. And then Sora and Luffy.
You go to first in the districts just missing Donald and Goofy.
Yeah, and they go to the second district, and then they see that guy turn into a Heartless.
He turned into a soldier.
Yeah. Yeah, and they say Kingdom Hearts is a kid game when they see when kids could see when kids could see people dying turning into Heartless.
Look at Anson's final form and tell me that's for kids.
Yeah.
With that face in the front of the ship.
Yep. And they go all through town, and then they go back to the first district and say, "You still can't find them? Don't worry,
They talked to Sid saying they can't find anybody.
Yeah, and they said, well, kids, keep you show them. It's like a low, and it's the source of okay, and then they'll come at you out of nowhere. Who are you? And they'll keep on coming at you as long as continue to wield the Keyblade. Why? Why would it choose a kid like you? Hey, what's that supposed? And Luffy says, "Are you here to pick a fight?"
Nothing. Now let's see that Keyblade.
What? There's no way you're getting this. All right, then. Have it your way. And he
Fine,
reveals
have it your way.
and he reveals his gun blade and said, "That's so cool." Then he's
No, nothing better.
and it's a even fight that source.
This is like one of those forced. Are we doing the forced lost fight or?
Yeah. So it's Luffy's. Oh crap! I'm hungry. Then he faints. Sora says, you're slipping,
Are you
Leon."
kidding me?
Yeah, I'm easy on him. It looks like things are worse than we thought. A lot worse.
Meanwhile, Donald and Goofy are wandering around and bumping into Aerith and possibly Riza.
Yep. There's nobody here. Sure is spooky.
Ha, Philly.
I'm nuts. Then I felt someone tap his shoulder.
Excuse me.
To the kings, and they look to see two women. One looks like a kind-looking one, and the other is stern-looking blonde. Calling Klinkenberg's voice Riza, right?
How did you know? We didn't expect you. Yes.
I thought so. Then Sora wakes up. Come on, Lacey. Wake.
So it's gonna be weird her and Luffy interacting.
Yeah, it would be. You okay? I guess. Those creatures that attack after the Keyblade. But it's your heart that believing one. Because you wield the Keyblade. And he's like, I'm so glad you're okay, Kairi. Kairi?
So glad you're okay, Kairi. Kairi? What are you talking about?
I'm the great ninja
I'm
Yuffie.
the great ninja Yuffie.
Then he found out she was closer to this. Go, ah! And he said, don't do that.
I think you might have overdone it, Squall.
That's Leon. And then they meet and then they hear a knock on the door and says, Hey Leon, I found someone. Bring her here. It's a girl. And Sora recognizes it. Nami. I said, I take you know this girl. It's like, yeah, she's a friend of mine. Let me help you. Then let's lay her right beside Luffy.
So you're here too. Oh, thank goodness.
And she's
Where's
Luffy's.
Zoro? I don't know. I woke up here and haven't seen him.
And then he said, Luffy, well, I felt Luffy's with me. He said, oh, thank goodness. Then she take a look at him sleeping. And he has that snot bubble. And he's like, and Sora says, does he always act?
Look at him,
Yeah.
not a care in the world.
So how should we wake him up? But then before they could react,
Man, you got any meat?
and then he said, here's some lunch. And I just bought this for everybody. And then Luffy wakes up. Me. Then he said, for future reference, if Luffy ever falls asleep or is unconscious, I'm going to feed him. So that weapon is the Keyblade. And said, yeah, you had to get away from you to shake off those creatures. Turns out that's how they were tracking you. It was the only way to conceal your heart from them. But it won't
work for long.
Still hard to believe that you of all people are the chosen one. And he gives him the Keyblade and magically appears in his hand. I suppose beggars can't be choosers. Why don't you start making sense? What's going on?
Whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah, Luffy would say that. And Nami hits him and said, this is serious. And Luffy and Sora does it really hurt when she does that? I'm used to it.
Not really. Not like my grandpa when he trained me.
Yeah, and then we had that back and forth scene between Earth and the others. And okay, you know about other worlds about there besides your castle in this town, right? Yeah, but lore's supposed to be a secret. They've been secret because never been connected until now. When the Heartless came, everything changed. That's why the world order is a mess. We're taking shots at the world order.
That's the least of its problems.
Yeah, and Sora says, the Heartless? The ones who attacked you, remember? And Nami says, why are they called the Heartless? Because they take people's hearts. That's what
They're born from the darkness of people's hearts.
There's darkness within every heart.
And so that explains what happened to that one guy we saw.
What one guy asks Nami? We saw one guy turn into a Heartless. And
we saw this
Nami,
one guy and he became this creature.
And Nami looked frightful. And then she goes, hey, have you ever heard of someone named Ansem? Soyum? He was studying the Heartless. You find all of his findings in a very detailed report. We see its pages are scattered everywhere.
Just scattered everywhere.
Scattered to many worlds. Oh, then maybe the king would have find him. That was one of my thoughts. Exactly, she said. We could have found him quick. And Donald says, wait. Then he pulls down the camera.
Pulls the camera down to his level.
I love that scene. It's the only fourth wall scene that I know in the game.
Yeah. First, we need that key. That's right, the Keyblade.
And then it's also connected to the treasure of the Kingdom Hearts. The One Piece. What? The One Piece of... No, they don't know about Kingdom Hearts, but they know the Keyblade is connected to the One Piece. What do you mean by that?
That'd make Luffy happy.
You mean the Keyblade knows what a One Piece is? No, not really. said, "Good, then I don't want to know."
I refuse Rayleigh's message on it. I'm gonna refuse this one too.
And Nami looks at her with a proud smile. Said, "But first, we gotta find a way out." And Sora said, "I don't know. I mean, I didn't really ask."
Crew and Sora's friends, Luffy.
And Sora says, "I didn't ask for this though. But the Keyblade chooses its master, and it chose you. So
Keyblade chooses its wielder, and it chose you."
I just love that line from Christy Carlson Romano. So tough luck. Oh, no,
Yeah.
I remember being in my room. Then he remembers, what happened to my home? My island? Riku? Kairi? You know what? I really don't know. And Sora says, well, we might as well. And Sora says, Luffy, Nami, I suggest we stick together to find our friends. I agree.
We team up.
Yeah. And Sora says, matter of fact, does that mean we're friends? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, bet we are, Sora.
Yeah. And they go all through the town, and no, actually, first Leon said,
Well, Heartless shows up and Leon knocks it out the window.
yeah, and
Yuffie, go!
And Yuffie, and then
she kicks the door open and crushes Donald.
Yeah, and Leon's like, Sora, Luffy, everybody, let's go. Then they all chase the Heartless, and they just don't bother the spawn.
They fight through the alleyway to the 3rd district.
Yeah. And then he's, what were some of these, the Heartless guys?
Let's go get him, Goofy.
Then the Heartless pushes.
No, dude.
And then Luffy asks, say, do you hear something? And Sora said, no, I don't. Then he said, bull, oh, ah! Donald and Goofy fall in like they did in the game. And that's how a friendship started.
Land on all 3 of them.
Yep, and that's how a friendship.
Hey, and the Straw Hat.
Wait, what? But before they could display, guard armor came.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a big. And I know we gotta work together. Right. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay, so after that, they beat guard armor and says, so you were looking for me? Uh-huh. They too have been seeking Will or the Keyblade. Why don't you go with us? We can you go to the world on our vessel. I wonder if we can find our friends.
Of course.
Were you sure?
Who knows? But we need him to come with us to help us find all of them.
Guys, go with them. Especially if you want to find your friends. Yeah, I get it.
But you can't come along looking like that. Understand? No
All
frowning.
3 of you.
Yep, Donald said,
No frowning. No sad face. Okay?
you're gonna look funny like us.
This shit runs on happy faces. Well, that's no problem for you, Luffy.
Yeah, and then Luffy realized that. Actually, no, he doesn't, because he does. He was about to say something, then he remembers. Oh yeah, Chomper. He talks like Chomper. I don't eat talking animals. Then they look at Sora, and the video's a ee. What do you think of that face when you first saw it?
Like, what the?
Okay, then why not? I'll go with you guys. We'll go with you guys.
Donald Duck.
Oh, he's Goofy. I'm Sora. The name's Monkey D. Luffy, the future king of the pirates. And I'm Nami.
All for one and one for all.
And so we better pack some food and supplies. And we better pack extra meat. Luffy eats like a pig. What they don't know is they're being watched by Disney villains. That little squirt, those little squirts took down that Heartless. Who would have thought it? Such as the power of the Keyblade. The child's strength is not his own. What if we turn the Heartless? That'll settle things enough. And the brats, friends of the king's lackeys, Swoggleby eyes. They're all built rocks by the look at. And those people call themselves pirates? I'm insulted, said one of them. You're no prize yourself.
You need pride yourself.
Shut up.
Enough. The Keyblades have chosen them. Will you conquer the darkness? Or will the darkness swallow him? Either way, he could be quite useful as she smirks, and we have a new friend, and it reveals to be Riku. And once they get the gummy ship, and they found out about the Trinity, and Sora gained new abilities.
They learned the Blue Trinity.
Yep. What happened? So, where do you want to go first, Olympus or? Because they're both optional.
I usually go Wonderland.
Yeah, we'll go to Wonderland first. and then Jiminy reminds, oh, there's something there's something you must know about this world, these kind of worlds. What is it? Then I hear, I'm late. Very, very important. No time to say goodbye. Hello, I'm late. And Luffy asks, wait, did he just say that? Yeah, they do that. We do that here. It's Disney. And there's going to be a lot more singing when that came from. So, anyway, they go through Wonderland and they see a little girl. Actually, no, they'll get through the door and say, how do you get so small? And Nami's no, and he said,
No, you're simply too big.
And they all, and Nami's like, that doorknob just talked. And then she realized, oh wait, I've been to where.
Good night. I need a little more sleep.
And and Nami said, I should start getting used to it. After all, I went to weirder stuff in the Grand Line. Good morning. Good
Wait, how do we get small? Try the bottle on the table.
And there's a bunch of soft drinks. And Luffy said, oh, let me try it. And Nami said, no, wait, don't do it. He drinks it and tastes fruity. Then he shrinks down.
I said, wow, I can eat meat like this.
And he said, okay. come on, guys, let's drink the potion. They all take a sip. And they walk through the doors, and they find out there was a trial. A trial? For what? And then they say, court is now in session. Well, they said the rabbit. And they see a girl on trial saying, I'm on trial. And they see the Queen of Hearts. This girl is the culprit. There's no doubt about it. And the reason is because I said so. And Nami of all.
Because I say so, that's why.
And what would Luffy say to that? And he said, "Hey, come on, that's just mean." And Zoro says, "Mean nothing. That's injustice. That
is an insult to royalty."
What'd you say?
It's an insult to royalty.
Yeah, and then he said, "Have you anything to say in your defense?" Of course, I've done nothing wrong. You may be queen, but that doesn't give you the right to be so mean. Silence! You dare defy? You know what was cool about that? The original voice of Alice voiced her.
Surprised he still could do that voice after so long.
Yeah. And then she said, the court find the defendant guilty as charged for crimes of assault and attempted death from my heart. Off with their head. Oh no. Hold it right there, says Soros. Who are you? How dare you interfere with my court? Excuse me, but we know who the real culprit is. Oh, it's the and Luffy of all people. Actually, Luffy was about to say, but Donald shuts him up. But she's not the one you're looking for. That's not any proof. And Nami, being smart, haggles with her, saying, "Why don't we cut off a deal? We're sort of their lawyers, and I think it would be best if we present evidence in an hour. If you give us an hour, we'll present the evidence." Very well, an hour indeed. That's just great. Where are we going to find some evidence? But before Nami can answer, they enter the forest, and out comes the Shazire cat, and the cat even creeps out Luffy. And Sora says,
yeah, I'd be the same.
Yeah, and Sora says, who are you? Who indeed? Alice is guilty, and she hasn't done a thing. Wait, if you're the culprit is, tell the Shazire cat know has all the answers, but doesn't always tell. The answer to the culprit, the cat, lie all darkness. I won't tell which. There are 4 pieces of evidence. They're such to find. The 4th is tricky. Big reward if you find. And Nami asks, should we trust him? Sora says, we had no choice. Let's go find the evidence to save Alice. And then they found the evidence and all that. And then
during that, Sora learned Blizzard if you get all the pieces.
Yep. And after that, they presented the evidence and it proven that it was the Heartless. And what in the world is that? And she said, see, there you go. Alice is innocent. It is anyone that buys a king or the queen, is guilty. And Luffy's okay, that now she's banging it up. Even when I'm king of the pirates, I won't do that.
Guards.
And Nami has a good idea, and she summons a climate attack, and that's when Sora sees her weapons, and he's like,
Whoa, she can control the weather.
and she uses her climate attack and used up tempo lightning, and shocks all the cards and destroyed the tower. And then Sora tries to save her, but the cage was empty. And Sora, where did she go? And Nami was worried about because Nami cares about children, and
This is before Punk Hazard.
yeah, it was. And then the queen orders all of them find Alice.
Well, after they fought the Crank Tower.
Yeah, and Alice is missing. They found out Alice is missing. I already said that part.
I think so.
And then they go out to forest and meet the Shizar Acadian. And they ask, "Have you seen Alice?" Alice, no. Shadows, yes.
Where they go?
Yes. Down. This way, that way. Left, right, doesn't matter. All thanks to the shadows. And Nami had enough. So I had enough of these games. Tell me, where is the little girl?
Not here. There you go. Find the bazaar room.
She better be there.
Where you need to light 2 lanterns.
Yeah, and they make it to the bazaar room. And they meet, but they see the painting of the Mad Hatter and the rabbit. Who never appeared in the games. Just paintings.
No. Do they do that sit-down puzzle?
Say it again?
Do they do that puzzle where you gotta sit down, you get different items?
Yeah. And Nami was one seeing all these yellow orbs and said, "What are these?" And Sora said, "Oh, these are money."
Did you say money?
That's when the first time he sees her greedy side.
These may not be berries, but they're still money.
I didn't know she liked money that much. She said, "Oh yeah," but that's what's really interesting about her. She's not that she and Donald said, "Oh yeah, she reminds me of Uncle Scrooge," but unlike her unlike Scrooge, Nami cares about people. Scrooge does too.
Yeah.
Anyway, after that, they have to go back. They found out they have to go back to the room where the doorknob is, and he said, "Are you prepared for the
There they
worst?"
fight the Trick Master.
Yep, and they tried fighting, and Nami was the one that says, "Screw this!" And she drinks the potion and stomps on the Trick Master, and they all look at her. What? I was being smart.
What? I'm not gonna waste time with this.
And then you heard, "What a racket! How's a doorknob can get any sleep? And then
He slept through all that?
yep, now it comes the keel, and light shines about Sora's Keyblade, and
The
and
Keyblade reacted to it and Sora what? Locked it.
it's a Sora. What was that? I don't know, but it sounded like a door closed.
I'm not sure.
Then a gummy object
I
came.
don't like it got locked.
Yep, and out came a gummy object, and
Maybe they can figure this out.
yep, and then we said, let's. Then I asked, "Where's Alice?" As the Charizard cat asked, "She's not in this world. She's been taken by darkness."
Not here anymore.
Yep, and she said, "Oh no." And Nami and Luffy said, "It's okay, Sora. We'll just have to find her along with our friends at another
We'll find
world."
them.
Yeah. Next world is what do you want to do? Deep Jungle or Olympus?
See, I did Olympus. I went like Wonderland, Olympus, then Deep Jungle.
That's a good idea. They finally made it to Olympus. And for some reason, being in a and oh, I got a better idea. And here was the prize of Olympus. This strange fruit. Luffy takes a good look at it and says, "Is that what?" And Sora said, "That's a strange one." No, Sora, look, it's the flame fruit. It belonged to my brother Ace. And Nami says, "A flame fruit, a devil fruit in a different world. How did that happen?" And said, "We gotta get it. We gotta get it before it falls in the wrong hands," says Luffy. And Nami said, "Wait, did you
Like,
just?"
who's ever behind these Heartless?
Yeah. Yeah, and well, Rebecca won't show up. One person will. Who is it? We'll find. It is not.
Bravo.
It is Zoro, but I'm talking about another person.
Oh,
Then
I said Sabo.
I thought you said Zoro. Yes, I was talking about. I
said
Sabo.
Sabo.
Yeah, I was talking about Sabo, but Zoro's here too. How if they find Zoro? They hear 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, and not Luffy said, "Do you hear something?" And then I look through the chain and said, "Zoro, huh? Luffy, Nami," and Luffy runs to Zoro and gives him the strange hug. "Hey, what are you doing here? How'd you get here?" "I'm not sure. We've been here. I've been here for like a couple of days. Ever since the Iron Storm. Ever since that strange island." And then he's, "Hey, Sora." And then he knows, "Hey, we're your friends." He's not surprised about Donald Goofy. In fact, he's used to it. Anyway, after all, so what are you doing here? Asked Zoro. We just came here and we found out about the flame fruit. Wait, and he asked, "The flame fruit? Look, a prize. A tournament. Then I gotta sign up." The one.
Oh, that you turkey.
It was
Phil trying to get involved.
Yeah, this here the world famous Coliseum, heroes only. And
Oh, good. We're all heroes.
I'm not a hero.
You guys.
And Luffy says,
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know
not.
about him being hero.
Then he sings, so you want to be heroes, kids? Well, what they do? I've been around the world of blockheads just like you. Each and every one a disappoint, pain. And Zoro asks, did he just sing that? Asks Sora. He asks Sora. Yeah, we're gonna get used. We saw Rabbit saying on our way to this one world. We better get used to it. and Luffy, and what would Zoro say to that? Would he say whatever?
Probably.
And then for some reason Zeus zapped him and said, "Oh yeah, you know who zapped him? It was Gold Roger. He wants Luffy to be king of the pirates." Because he was keeping his hat, and then he said, then they started training him, and then
Sora learned thunder during that, but also ran a cloud.
Yep, he's our next opponent.
Now imagine that fight: Zoro versus Cloud.
Who would win?
Zoro.
Yeah. Would Zoro beat Sephiroth? Yeah, you would.
Actually, that is an actually interesting question.
Yeah.
That would be a hard fight even for him, given how it's Sephiroth.
Yeah. Anyway, it's played out like a, but before they battle though, they battle a bunch of Heartless, and then Sora fights a mysterious fighter, and then once they got close, Luffy hears the voice. I see you haven't changed much, Luffy. What? You after all these years, you couldn't recognize me? Wait, you look from then wait, what? Then he said, Saba.
You're just wondering what Doflamingo's reaction is to losing the flame fruit.
You'd be pissed. Saba, I'm so happy to see.
Somebody took my present.
In fact, it happened during the Heartless invasion. Will any of the One Piece villains show up? Probably not.
No, it's already too crowded.
Yeah, where do they go? They went and
You're saying the final fight is going to be Sabo versus Cloud? Because doesn't Sabo still need to eat the fruit too?
Yeah. Then Sabo said, "Why don't you let me have this fight, Luffy? Because the flame, it'd be better."
There's a lot of writing on this with that fruit, Sora.
And then he said, "Wait, how did you know my name? I'm friends with the rest of it."
I know a lot, young Keyblade wielder.
Wait, what? And then he says, "You must," and I see you must be Zoro, and you must be Nami. I can see why my brother has a thing.
Thanks for taking care of my little brother.
Yeah, and then he said, I could also see that my brother has a thing. What? No, we don't feel that way. And then
And both Sora
No,
and
no,
Sabo,
no. We're not like that. I swear.
and both Sora and Sabo is both with sure at the same time. It and then
What would Hades think of Sabo?
he would make his blood boil. This could be worse than a time
No,
on.
no, no. This could work. This could work. This kid can take on Herc if the new guy fails. But
Yep.
just as a precaution, Cerberus, get ready.
Yeah, but before they could react, the Cerberus attack. it attacked.
But then Herc showed up and held him back.
Yep.
Well,
And
Sabo got the fruit and ate it.
yeah. And then he said, let's take care of this.
Whoa, kid. This ain't a real match. This is real.
And Luffy said, I fought worse than that stupid mutt. And then said, me too. And
Would Sabo
Nami-
help Herc fight Cerberus?
Yep. And Nami says, I'll just stay here.
I just sit this one out.
And Sora said, why, Nami? You're strong.
Yeah, but against a three-headed dog controlled by a god, it's a bit out of my league.
Okay, you can stay here. You can stay here. And can you take care of this guy, Herc, and the other guy? Sure. And she said, "Be careful, Luffy." And Sora said, and Sora the Zeus thought she must really care about Luffy. And then all and then they battled the dog, and then Phil said, I have two words of advice for you. Attack.
Attack!
Then he's get up on Cerberus's back.
Don't
Wait,
make that a thing, Phil.
I just love these jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And Sabo tested his fruit and burned.
Yeah, it takes a bit to get used to with the heat.
Yeah, I wonder if this is how Ace felt. and after the long battle, they defeated Cerberus. and for that they were rewarded junior heroes and
It's junior hero licenses.
they said, what do you mean by
Hey, what do you mean junior heroes?
you rookies don't understand what it takes to be a true hero? So what does it take? Asked Goofy. Well, that's just something you have to find out for yourself.
You'll have to find that out the same way I did.
And Sora said, no problem. We'll start by proving ourselves in the games. There's not going to be any games for a while. Got to clean up that last battle. And Sora said, okay, we'll be back. I still can't believe those squirts actually beat Cerberus.
What about you, Sabo?
And Sabo said, I'm staying here. You know that Hades
Are you
guy?
gonna come with us, Sabo?
And Sabo says, no. I think that Hades guy is up to no good.
I'll stay here to keep an eye on him. Then they go outside and talk with Cloud.
Yeah, and he says, you'll find it. And he explains, I'm looking, Hades promised to help.
I'm searching too.
For your light? Yeah, don't lose sight. He gives him the Sonic Blade move.
Did you ever use that move?
Sometimes.
I rarely ever used it.
The move I used the most was Strike Raid. Well, the reason I used
I use that in Arms Arcanum more.
I used Strike Raid against Sephiroth. I cheesed it against Sephiroth.
Wow.
Then Hayes says he's strong. He's kind. He's always
He's just
there.
ranting to himself, and Maleficent shows up.
Yep. And he said, "Who are you? Who invited you to the party? Stay out of this. This is my show. As you wish. Fight to your heart's content." Do you want to do Tarzan's world now, or do you want to skip Tarzan's world? Because that was kind of. Would you say that was filler?
Actually, we need Tarzan's world.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, we need Tarzan's world because Robin's there. So
That's right.
you want to just go up to the Keyblade for the keyhole for Traverse Town?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do like Agrabah in the end of the game next week.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll do Tarzan.
I feel like Agrabah is like the halfway point of the game.
Yeah. We'll go to Tarzan's world next. And then first, Donald and Sora says, "Hey guys, look. King Mickey.
Yeah, and our crew could be down there too."
Let's plan it." And Donald said, "No, forget it. We're on an important mission. Come on, Donald. Just land." "No. Stop, man. We're landing." Then Sora takes control of the ship. And
Sora and Luffy land in the treehouse and get attacked by Sabor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
While Donald and Goofy and Zoro and Nami are in this one place. Like, oh, Sora and Luffy are, who needs them? We can find a king without them. Hey, Donald runs into Turk.
Yeah, when Nami hears
And
hears
Queen
that
shows up.
Yeah, and when Nami hears when Donald says, "We can find a key," and she shakes her hand and bonks Donald in the head. So that's my friend.
You idiot. We need both of them. So we're gonna go look for them. Got it.
Yeah, and she's not saying for her advantage. She's saying good. She cares about Sora and Luke.
Yeah. Zoro would even say, "Yeah, we're finding them. Our captain, he's our captain, and we stand by him."
Right.
Like, oh, 3 against 1, Donald.
And they hear Clayton.
Then Zoro, stand down. You might be useful. Find other people. With any luck, one of our crewmates. Fine.
And then after that,
Luffy and Sora are fighting Sabor, and then Tarzan shows up.
Yeah. And during that fight,
he's like, "Come back here, food."
yeah. And he said, "Sabor, danger." Thank
Sabor,
you.
danger.
Thank you. What is this place?
Tarzan.
And
this place.
And Luffy asks, "Do you speak English, dude?" And Sora says, let me try this. We've got
Tarzan.
from our friends. Have you seen them? Friends.
Friend.
Right, my friends.
Tarzan.
Wait, what? That's your
The
name?
last one, we're looking for our friends. Nami, Zoro,
Kyrie
Riku,
and
and
Riku.
Kyrie.
Kyrie. Friends. Right. Then he sees a vision of Kyrie and was confused. Right. Ah. Ah. Friends here. I'm not sure I understand, but take me to Riku Kai.
Take
Tarzan.
us to our friends.
Okay. Then he said Tarzan go. And I'm Sora. Tarzan
Sora,
go?
Luffy, go.
You know what? I would be
Sora,
surprised.
Luffy, go.
And you know what? I would be surprised if Haley Joel Osment improvised that line.
Yeah, he might have.
Then after that, they surfed through the
Did some
jungle.
free surfing.
Yeah, which was I was hoping it would be better than. I know it was the first game, but I wish it was like a like some kind of mini game where, if it was later games, it would be a mini game.
And
You
one
know what
you'd
I
have to get a high score on.
Yeah. And they probably didn't have the budget to do it back in 2002.
Probably not.
And then after that, they finally get to the treehouse, and they see
Or the camp.
or the camp, I should say. I mean, and Luffy was, and Jane, Robin. Wait, not Luffy says, "Wait, Robin," and Robin turns around, but there's a
Oh,
double thing.
Luffy.
Robin, and they hug each other. Oh, it's so good to see you.
Oh, you
They-
see, you brought the Keyblade wielder.
Wait, how do you know about that? I'm a Keyblade wielder.
Trust me, young one, I know a lot about what's going on and about your Keyblade.
Wait, I didn't reveal the Keyblade. How do you know? I even know I have one.
Does Robin have one herself?
No,
Or she just knows about it?
she just knows about it.
But you see Sora blushing at how hot Robin is.
Yeah. No, think of Kyrie. Think of Kyrie. It's based off that scene in Toy Story 2 where Mr.
Spud
Potato
of a
said,
marriage, spud of a marriage, spud of a marriage.
"Yeah, that one." I can't wait till we do Toy Story podcast. We'll do that in November because that's when Toy Story started.
All right. So Sora would imagine Kyrie as looking like Robin.
Yeah, of course he thought Nami was hot too.
And he says, "Oh, you do speak English. Are you here to study the gorillas?" And then Clayton
Highly.
shows up and says, "Highly doubtful."
And then they hear they saw Donald, Goofy, Nami, and Robin. They all
Nami, Zoro, good to see you.
Nami, of course, hugs Robin like sis. It's good to see you. And
Are you the only one here, Robin? Sadly, yes.
and then Soren was about to hug Donald, and then they go, "A circus of clowns. Not much of use of hunting gorillas, Mr. Clayton. We're
I
studying
had to
them."
study them, not hunt them.
And then he said, "Change right, my dear Clayton." And it was Professor Porter. Yes, he's gonna appear. Because he was the funniest character in the movie.
Yeah.
And then after that, what happens next? Oh yeah, they go through all this.
They
Robin,
get together at the slides.
yeah, and Robin explains why he speaks like because he was raised by gorillas, but he won't show us the rule. Why? He said, "I think it's supposed to be a secret, so we should respect Tarzan's wishes." He says, "Yeah, you're right." Then Clayton smiled and, "Young man, we get to encounter these friends of yours. I'd wager to do it with the gorillas, but Tarzan refused to take us. Then take us then. Take us to the gorillas. Gorillas." Clayton, then he said, "Tarzan, are you sure?" Tarzan, go see
Kerchak.
Kerchak. He must
be the leader.
Perfect. I'll go along as an escort. After all, the jungle is a dangerous place. Then he smiles evilly.
Now with that smile, you're not, said Robin.
Yeah, and Robin says she would go with them.
Nami, Zoro, you should stay here. Why is that? That leopard might attack again.
Who? Who should stay here?
Nami and Zoro.
Oh yeah. We'll stay here and protect Jane and the professor. Then they make it to the treehouse and says, "Kerchak, please listen to me. I know the nesting grounds are secret, but I trust them."
I can see Zoro. Wow, he can actually talk normally.
Wait. I want to help because they need. And Goofy asked, "Did you get it?" "Now!" Kerchak.
You notice Kerchak and Colin never say a single word.
Yeah, because they couldn't get Glenn Close and Lance Hendrickson. And neither what's her name? Turk, Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm glad because Turk is not funny.
Nope.
Speaking of which, she's at the treehouse playing with the globe, and then she looks through the book, and it's called The Last. And she throws it away.
She starts going on ape-like rage.
Yes. Because even though she can't read, she knows it's a bad book.
Like, whoa, that monkey seems like it's really mad about something.
And Clayton tries to throw the bullet, and Donald scares. Ah!
No, you see, a snake slithered past it. I was protecting the gorilla.
Yeah,
no, you're not fooling anybody.
Yeah, and Nami and Robin grabs him with his ear with one of her hands, and
while restraining the rest of him.
Yep, and she said, "Hold, are you a demon?" And well, Sora was like, "So you ate a devil fruit like Luffy?" He said, "Yeah.
Yes, I ate the Hana fruit.
That's so cool.
I can make multiple parts of my body."
Wow, Robin, you are so cool and hot.
Why, thank you. She would tease him.
Yeah. And then they yelled at Clayton and said, "You are not to go to the gorillas." All because of one mess up? Come now.
Sorry, but we saw the whole thing. You weren't trying to protect it.
And then he walks away and says, "Blasted gorillas.
What am I doing with these imbeciles?"
Yeah. Brian Blessed did a great job in that game. He was in Star Wars too, wasn't he?
Who?
Brian Blessed, the voice of Clayton.
I have no idea.
I think he was in the Phantom Menace. I forgot who he was though. which is funny. And the Phantom Menace and Tarzan came in the same year.
Yeah.
Anyway, he hears
They go
something.
investigate, but then they run into Sabor for the last time and end
Yep.
it.
Yep, and then after that, Tarzan grabs Sabor and goes, "Oh!"
What is he doing?
He does that kind of yell. So it's it's a shame he never did that in the game. That
They
yell.
probably didn't have the rights for that.
Yeah. Then after that, what they don't know is something knocked out Zoro unconscious, and Nami, and they all. It was Kala, and they all got captured, and Luffy has a success. Nami and Zoro are in danger. And
You know they're gonna wind up with Jane Turk when you have to destroy that fruit,
yeah,
and Colin knocked them out because why?
I mean not Kala. I mean Turk.
Ah.
Turk accidentally knocked him unconscious.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying they're back at the camp.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And Turk hold on to Jane while being surrounded by Heartless, and Nami.
Zoro and Nami fend them off as best they can.
Yep. And they too got captured and be set in got. It was trapped by the fruit, and they destroyed the fruit. And they said, Clayton came, and that's all. He's after the gorillas. You have to stop them. Then Sora, Luffy, and Tarzan go vines. This is more based off the movie than the game. Okay.
Okay.
It's like the Naruto one.
All right. But they actually do save the other gorillas.
Yeah. And they fight Heartless. And
Do they fight the Stealth Seek?
Yep.
Because that's pretty much how. Or are we still hanging Clayton?
Yeah, we are. We defeated the Self Stick, and then Clayton and Sora saves Kerchak. He said, "I was wrong. I was wrong."
Are we still killing Kerchak off in this?
Yeah, we are.
Even though he throws Sora to where the keyhole is?
Yeah. But this time we'll explain when we get. Speaking of which, he shot at Sora and Kerchak charged at Clayton. Unfortunately, he got shot.
Okay.
And then Tarzan chased after him, and with Sora and Luffy, and Luffy grabs Clayton and punches him. Then he says, then Tarzan grabs the gun and points at him, and he says,
Go ahead, shoot. Be a man. He does a gunshot with his voice.
Yeah, not a man
I
like.
always wondered what he did rewatching that.
Yeah, and he said, "Not a man like," which was, I think, Tarzan's best line. The character.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then they fought, and Clayton could be covered in vines, and of all people, Luffy says, "Clayton,
You might know
what?"
this might be an interesting idea. Is if he turned into like a vine heartless monster.
Yeah.
Because he would turn into that if they went through with this idea.
Yeah, and then unfortunately it was too late. He hung himself. He fell up and said, "Ah!" And then he accidentally hung himself. And
Like, whoa!
way to be Way to be ballsy there, Disney.
Something you're lacking right now.
Yep.
Oh,
Never
did
thought
I
I
say that?
I never thought I would say this, but I miss Michael Eisner.
Mm-hmm.
Because at least he.
Poor Iger before that brain parasite got in his head.
Yeah. I mean, pre 2020, Iger was okay.
I say pre 2016.
Yeah. Because Zootopia was 2018, I believe. No, that was 2016.
No, 16 was Zootopia. 18 was
Wreck-It Ralph 2.
Coco. I think Coco was 18.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the story. And Sora, go up to the treehouse. The secret. That's where the secret. But first, I must talk with Tarzan. Kerchak, forgive me. No, forgive me for not understanding. Our family will look up to you now. No, Kerchak, take care of them. My son. And Zora, of all people, said, are we supposed to feel sorry for him?
And Robin, no, I don't.
But I do feel bad for Tarzan.
So then they go up to like behind the waterfalls and find the keyhole.
Yeah, and then he says, ooh, ooh, ah. And that's when Jane says, I get it. You, ooh, ah, means heart. Prince in a heart. No heart. No see friends.
Clayton Blue's heart.
I'm sorry about what I said, says Sora. I'm sorry too. Yeah, all for one, huh? And then he finally seals the keyhole.
And Turk tries to get with Donald.
And he said, no.
No, Daisy would kill me.
and Robin, well, Jane, it was great to see you. It was great to meet you, but I must go.
My crew needs me. There's still more of us to find.
And Jane says, I understand. God, the king, well, you are part of the Straw Hat crew, and the king says, let you go, so yeah, I'll let you go.
Meanwhile, Sora also learns Red Trinity and gets the Jungle King keychain.
Yep. It was a bad design, but it was great in strength, though.
Yeah, but it got better ones down the line.
Yeah, now think about it, the KH1 key chains don't really age as well.
I don't know. I like Sleeping Lion or Lionheart.
Yeah, and I do like the Oath Keeper.
Oath Keeper is like the one that stayed consistently good design wise.
Yeah.
Then Divine Rose and Olympia.
Yeah. And next,
Pumpkin King looked good too.
Yeah, it did.
I don't really use like any of the other ones because they suck.
Yeah.
Did you ever use Oblivion?
Yeah.
I never used that.
No, I don't. Wait, I don't think I would use Oblivion.
Mostly because it removes a magic bar from you.
Yeah. Either way, back to the story. We see the villain saying, "What do the Heartless to that world?" The hunter lured them there. It was his lust for power that was debate, but it seemed debate was for his own good. Yeah, he got chopped
instead.
Then Jafar reveals himself. The man reveals himself, and it was Jafar. A weak-hearted fool stood no chance against the Heartless. But the boy's a problem. He found one of the keyholes. Man, Freeman, even in one small line, Freeman sells it.
He does. Why he's the superior Jafar.
And Maleficent said, "Fear not. It will take him ages to find the rest. Besides, he remains blissfully unaware of our other plan. Yes, the princesses. They are falling to our hands one by one. Speaking of which, it was Alice. And then Maleficent said, "Are you sure?" And Jafar said, "Are you sure she's not a real princess? You know, we thought that Hyuga princess was one, but it turns out she was a phony."
Sure. Nice.
Yeah, I had to do that.
Yeah, that Byakugan princess thing lasted all of 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. I'll be right back.
All right.
Anyway, back to the story. What happened next? What do you want to do next? We go back to
Traverse Town.
And Robin says, "So Traverse Town is where people traverse to other worlds once the worlds are swallowed by the Heartless. Is that right?" "Yeah, pretty much." And she said, "I see." And then she wonders, why didn't you traverse to? Why didn't you go to Traverse Town when our world was swallowed? In fact, why didn't our whole crew do? And Luffy says, "I don't know. Maybe it was fate." Then Nami said, "Did you say it was fate?" "Yeah, I mean, me and Sora, we just met, so now we're friends. We're traveling with him." "And aren't you glad you met Sora?" "Well, yeah, but..." "But hearing you say that, kind of weird." "I'm still me."
Oh, it's like Luffy's growing up. Nami, says Robin.
And she started blushing. Said, "Yeah." And Robin noticed it smirks. Anyway, they finally make it to the town, and they meet Leon at the underwater cavern, I believe.
Well, first they gotta use the red journey to bust through the gate.
Yeah.
Like, Leon, do you know what this gummy is? Unfortunately, no. Maybe ask Sid and Winry. They'd know.
Yeah, and then they said, before we go, we found out about the key. We locked this thing called the keyhole. It locked it automatically. And it's a,
These gummies popped out.
And they explained the whole, every world has a keyhole.
It's basically the heart of each world, where the Heartless can swarm in from. So locking it is the best thing to do.
Yeah, what happens if we don't? It's destroyed.
The worlds are lost.
That's why your key is so important.
And Leon also hands Sora the Earth Gleam, which is the Simba summon gem.
Yep.
So now they go to Sid and Winry.
Yep.
You guys run around space. You don't know about navigation gummies? All right. Winry and I'll install them. But first, you have to do something for us.
And navigation gummies. Wait, Nami, you're a navigator. Shouldn't you be good at space navigation?
I'm not. That's not the kind of navigation I do, but I can give it a shot.
Okay.
In the meantime, I need you guys to deliver this book for me. It's in the 3rd district with the door. You'll know by the flame on the door.
Yeah, and they went to the 3rd district and found a flame. And
so how do we open? Wait.
And Sora said, And Zoro said, "Of course, a fire door. You open a door with a fire. How logical."
Oh, where was Sabo when we needed him?
And Nami said, "Sabo? You met Sabo? I mean, Robin. You know
You know
Sabo?
him too, Robin? Yeah. I trained with him those 2 years after I was saved from Tequila Wolf.
How?" And I tried to with him and his girlfriend Koala. She reminds me
Wait,
of
Koala? That's the girl Jinbei told us about that Fisher Tiger saved.
That's right. And
So I'm
they
guessing
remind me,
chances are we're meeting Jinbei in Atlantica, aren't we?
yeah, but we'll get there next week.
Yeah. So then they follow in there and then going to Merlin's place where Sora sees that vision of Kyrie.
Yeah. Yeah, and she said, "There's something about this musty place. It reminds me of the secret place back home where we used to scribble on the walls. Remember? Kyrie? Sora? Sora, are you okay?" And then, and then out came Merlin, and Luffy asked, "Is that a heart?" And Nami bonked him. And said,
No,
"Does he
you
look like
idiot,
one?"
it's a wizard.
And she said,
Arrogant.
Wait, you look like one of those wizards that I trained back
In
in Bavaria."
Bavaria. Oh,
And
Horridus, you mean? No, I'm not related to that. But I do know of their work. Because Merlin would know Horridus.
yeah,
Oh,
Donald
yeah.
Goofy.
Sid asked us to give you this book.
Yep, and we
Do you
also
think it was
found
the
that.
book for Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, it's a Winnie the Pooh book, basically. We're not doing the Winnie the Pooh thing
Okay.
unless we'll do it some other time.
Well, you don't get the torn page till what, after Neverland,
Yeah,
I think.
in fact, we'll do all the torn. We'll look for all the torn pages, then we'll do the book. Okay.
So that's probably when they're back in Traverstown after Hollow Bastion Part 1.
Yeah.
Imagine Robin in the 100-Acre Woods.
She would love it.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah. Anyway, um, they also were told about summoning gems, and the
By the
first
fairy
summoning,
godmother.
and she said there are some more. One from this world, and possibly some for other dimension, other universe.
If you
Meaning,
bring them back to me, I will restore them.
okay. And Nami and Robin said, "I found one not too long ago." You don't. What summoning gem she found? Um, what would be a good summoning gem Robin would find from an
I'm
anime?
not sure.
It has to be from an anime.
Deku?
Sure, Deku. Anyway, after all that, they played. They left the.
They left Merlin's place and then ran to Riku.
There you are. What's that sword? Does that face? Rika.
Pulls on his cheeks or his mouth.
I said, "Okay, cut it. I'm not dreaming this
I'm
time."
not dreaming this. You're here. Wait, where's Karen? Isn't she with you?
Yep. Then Robin has a bad memory, not bad feeling about, not because of him, but she has a feeling he's being manipulated.
Manipulated?
Yeah.
I see Luffy's found more of his crew.
Yeah, and then he takes a look at Robin and said, "Whoa, she's hot." But he's not a simp like Sanji,
No,
unfortunately.
he's not.
Anyway, they talk. Riku said, "I know this." Then before he could explain some more, Sora defeated the Heartless with a Keyblade. Said, "Leave it to who?"
So this is called the Keyblade, huh? Like, wait, what the?
And he said, "Cat." And he turns back to him. Hey, so you're coming with us, right? We got this awesome rocket. Wait till you see.
No, he can't come.
What?
Why
Forget it.
not? He's my best friend.
I don't care. He's
You
not
have
part
no
of the
objection
squad.
to the Straw Hats.
Then he said, "He's good." Huh? Riku?
Nice going, Donald.
And he said, "Oh well, at least he's okay."
At least that's okay.
And who knows?
Then they go into
Maybe-
that one house in the third district where they tell them about Maleficent.
Yeah. And then Maleficent showed him that, you see, it's just like I told you. Well, you were trying to find a way, your dear friends. He completely replaced you with some new companions. Evidently, now he values them far more than he does you. You're better off without that wretched boy. Now think no more of him and come with me. I'll help you find what you're searching for. And, and then after that, they hear the bell, I believe.
Yeah.
Sora rang the bell 3 times, and they find the key. And well, I better go steal it. And then before they could, it's guard and Nami says, "Again? Oh well."
But then
At least we
it
can-
flips its parts.
Yeah, and Luffy said, and Zoro said, "Okay, that's new."
Oh, good. It just flipped its parts. How different could it be?
Yep, and like the game, they battle him, but it's a. You know who did the finish? Robin holds on to him and no, Sora and Sora whack uses his magic to give the final blow, and it collapses and goes down for good. And I hope it's not like a couple times like I did with Darkseid.
Yeah.
And after that, they seal the keyhole. And then they meet Sid, and Winry said, "We got the navigation block." And Winry gives Nami a a Kingdom Hearts version of a log pose.
Good news. You can also warp to other worlds now too.
Sweet. But can we warp to worlds we haven't gone to yet? No, you
No,
can't.
not yet. Once you get to the world, it'll open up the warp gate.
Right. And Nami said, "Well, once we pack some food, we'll be ready to go." And that concludes part 1. But that wasn't really the ending. Let's end it like this. All right, let's go. And he grabs Sora and Sora and Donald and Zoro said, "Let's go!" And they all of them, and Sora and Donald have over the top reaction while Zoro roll his eyes.
Yeah. Like, hey, it's Luffy.
Because he's used to Luffy doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And that was fun.
It was.
I was quite. We'll do more next week with with other characters that like Usopp will be an Agrabah, for example. Spoilers. I think One Piece fits better with Kingdom Hearts than it does with Naruto. Maybe it's just me, even though they fit.
I feel they both fit.
Yeah. You know what would be a Kingdom Hearts world that wouldn't fit at all, even though it's a good movie? Fox and the Hound.
Yeah, I don't see how that would even work.
Yeah. I mean, we saw Sora turn in the line, but you could do stuff in the Lion King that.
Yeah, there's actually a reason to go there.
Yeah. I would love to go. I would love to see a Great Mouse Detective.
Now that would be cool.
Sora as a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Maurice LaMarche has to be Radican because
He does.
Because he does the best Vincent Price impersonation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my mom and I are about to have dinner soon.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Cookout?
No.
It must be a Kentucky place. And we'll also do more summons from other anime and stuff. I can't wait to do Agrabah next week, especially with Robin Williams' Genie.
Yeah.
Speaking of Aladdin, I've been playing the old Nintendo Aladdin and the Lion King, which still is the hardest second level of all time.
With the monkeys?
Yes. Man, those Disney games were fun back then. Those Disney movie games, though. How come How come those games are good, yet other movie games suck?
I don't know.
The only one I could think of that was pretty decent was the Godfather game. You play that?
No, I played the Scarface game.
Oh yeah, you told me that. So you belong to my little friend. Al Pacino still voiced Tony, didn't he?
Nope, he destroyed his voice after years of smoking. So no, it was not him.
Crap.
They did get a good sound alike.
Yeah.
Basically, the game is, what if Tony didn't die at the end and regained his business and took out Sosa at the end?
Yeah. He's Tony is a bad guy, but he's not evil.
Yeah. Though that kind of bit him in the ass later with Sosa.
Yeah.
Sosa knew the kids were in the... It's implied Sosa even knew the kids were in the car.
Yeah.
Because the game actually answers that.
There's one thing...
Enough, James Woods and Cheech Marin are in that game.
Really?
Yeah.
I love it when big name actors do video games.
Yeah, James Woods has been in Scarface and a GTA game.
Yeah.
He's always like one of the better casting choices because you're always going to get a good performance.
Yeah.
Like, there's only one Hades, and that's him.
Yeah. They can't get him. They can't get anybody better than James Woods.
Yeah.
I don't think even Rob Paulson would do a good Hades.
No, I don't think so. He might be okay, but it just won't be the same.
Yeah, we'd ask because we schmooze, we carry out and go happy. What do you say? You know the critic review Night at the Museum?
Yeah, I watched it yesterday.
I like that movie fine.
It's okay. Though I forgot Paul Rudd was in it.
I did too. I think he played the douchebag boyfriend we're supposed to hate.
Yeah. I'll be playing your role for the first third of Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I also forgot Rami Malek was in the movie too.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, Hank Azaria is going to be in the sequel.
Yeah. And I love Dick Van Dyke in the movie.
Yeah, he was having a ball as the villain.
Yeah. And Mickey Rooney.
Though the best character is Robin in that.
It's always going to be Robin Williams.
He actually plays a very good Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah. He looks like he could have played Teddy Roosevelt in a biopic if he could.
I'd buy it. I would buy him that he would be Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Goodness sake.
What about Owen Wilson? Did you like him?
He was okay. The Steve Coogan, I'm like, okay.
Yeah. The only movie I kind of liked him in was Wedding Crashers.
I haven't really watched a lot of Owen Wilson movies.
Me neither.
I have seen Anaconda with him.
Yeah, I've seen Armageddon with him too. Have you seen Armageddon with Bruce Willis?
No.
It was okay. It wasn't as bad as people said it was, but nothing special. The only saving part was Bruce Willis. That was it. And Liv Taylor being hot.
And the Aerosmith soundtrack.
Yep. I remember one time I found a Narasaki song with that Narasaki music video with that song.
Right.
Yeah. Pretty soon, it's going to be the 11th anniversary of the horrible ending.
Yep.
It makes me sad that the Narasaki website is basically dead.
Yeah.
I remember when it was alive. Even when it was after the ending, it was still alive and well.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because we got tired of Kishi's bullshit.
Yeah, and people are like moving on.
Yeah, I'm still go there from time to time. I even look at past posts.
I don't really post as much anymore.
Me neither. I don't post as much. I only post when something's important, like Kingdom Hearts and all that.
Yeah.
And giving you the link.
Mm-hmm.
I don't regret being I still don't regret being a Naruto fan.
Same.
The only thing I regret is being too invested in the series.
Yeah.
I wish I got into One Piece before I got into Naruto.
I was on a big hiatus with One Piece while I was going through Naruto.
What?
I think I was on a big hiatus with One Piece when I was watching Naruto.
Yeah.
Because when I went back into One Piece, I found out Ace was dead. I'm like, wait, what? When did that happen?
And when that happened, you you felt like a gut punch. It felt gut punching.
Not really, because I didn't watch One Piece for so long. I completely forgot about Ace being a character.
Compared to Neji's death, it was gut punching.
Yeah. I just really want to see Naruto talk no jutsu Akainu.
Yeah, and kind of looks at him with a with the blank stare and punches him.
Yeah.
I hate Okainu. I hope Luffy kills him off.
If not him, Imu's gonna do it.
Yeah.
I mean, they already took out one of the Gorosei, so who are the Gorosei?
Who do you think? Who did the Patriots play in the first game? Do you remember?
Who I'm playing this season?
Yeah. My mom's
playing
calling. I'm gonna end it. Okay. Bye.
All right.
Hello.